a sister of ours who may be pregnant and is expecting.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi. You are live on Newcastle Fast FM 87.9, sponsored by Chris's Aid. Yeah? Okay. Today is Wednesday, 15th of May 2019. My name is Ibrahim Khalid Dumia. Today we'll be talking about Newcastle Central Mosque and its activities. So far, we spoke about few activities already, including Masjid Mania, visit my mosque visit, have talk. We also spoke about closer. We also spoke about IEC, quiz and curry, and also what else did we talk about?
Sister Circle.
Sister Circle. So
Coffee morning.
coffee morning. We spoke about all this last week. Today we'll be talking about something myself I'm very passionate about, which is educational dinner, and we also will be talking about Citizen UK with Sister Taj. So we're gonna get started. We also got a few guests here, some exciting guests. We also got Peter. Peter, hello, how are you?
Very good,
Good?
thank you. Very good.
How's Ramadan going? Good?
Oh, great. Apart from being thirsty.
Okay, now we're gonna start quickly with educational dinner because we are running out of time. So we got Sister Farida here, who's in charge of educational dinner. First of all, what's educational dinner?
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Educational dinner, it's a dinner night that we invite to the non-Muslims,
Okay.
and we educate them about Islam, well as an educational a dinner night. So we call it educational dinner.
Okay, so basically to educate the wider community about Islam, basically.
Islam, yes.
Okay. So when did you first start it?
It started in 2013.
Okay. What's the main objective of it?
The main objective of it is bringing the wider community together.
Right.
Educate people about Islam, bringing other religious people into our mosque and educate them about what we do in the masjid,
Okay.
and just break down barriers and overcome misunderstandings.
Yeah, that's quite interesting. So basically to clear up all the misunderstanding, because normally they get the message from the media, so it's better we get the authentic message from ourselves. Basically, is that what it is, isn't it?
Yes.
Excellent. Okay. So what do you do during your education dinner? So take me through from the beginning when they come in and until when they finish.
First of all, when they come in, we welcome them.
Okay.
We offer them tea and coffee.
Right.
And we have a list of program that we go through on the night.
Okay.
Um,
Can you give me some example of program? So what kind of activity do we do?
right, if I just tell you
Yeah.
who's in charge,
Okay.
the Imam himself is who does run all the programs.
Okay.
There are other brothers, like brother Dr. Omar Sharif is involved.
Okay.
The few volunteers like sisters and other brothers.
Okay.
So first of all, when they come in, we welcome them, we make them comfortable,
Yeah.
and then we have quiz that we do with them,
Right.
and it's all to do with Islamic questions.
Yeah.
So we give them a quiz paper to do.
Is that basically that's to test their knowledge, to see how much
Test
they
their
know.
general knowledge about
And
Islam.
is it also a kind of icebreaker as well, isn't
Oh,
it?
it's an icebreaker as well.
Okay.
Yes. So they find it fascinating.
Okay.
Then they swap the paper with each other, and someone else will do your marking.
Right.
Some of them have really good knowledge of Islam,
Okay.
but sometimes it can be really, really surprising as well,
Yeah.
that people don't have the basic understanding of just a general thing,
Yeah.
which is quite normal.
Yeah.
So and they are surprised themselves as well.
Yeah.
And that's one way of testing what people knows about Islam.
Okay.
And then they listen to our adhan,
Yeah.
and they watch one of the prayer time. If it's like
So when you do the azan, how do you, because if you don't understand, how are we gonna understand?
there's always someone's translating
Oh, so
what's
it'll be
been said.
translated, okay.
Yes, there's
Right.
always someone's translating what's been said,
Okay.
and then they watch how we pray. It could be a Maghrib Salah or it could be Isha Salah, depending on the time they come.
So they watch the prayer live, basically.
They watch the prayer live.
Okay.
And then we invite them to go upstairs, and we serve them 3-course meal.
Oh, nice.
And that's when the main activity begins.
Yeah.
with each table, there's 2 volunteers.
Okay.
We sisters sit with sisters,
Yeah.
and then basically we almost spend an hour talking to them.
Yeah.
We answer their questions. We general talk.
Yeah.
And
So
we-
basically, you're sitting in a very comfortable, like relaxed manner, eating together, and then asking each other a question, and then talking like a normal talk, nothing heavy. Just
No,
so-
it's
so-
just like going out for a
Yeah.
meal with your friend,
Yeah.
and how you will talk about your day-to-day life, and just exchange information. And they would just ask us questions about, how we Muslim, interact, what we do, how do we pray, what do we do in the masjid,
Yeah.
and where do this ladies pray, where do the men pray, and just basic things.
Yeah.
And we just tell them, our general thing.
Yeah. Excellent. Excellent. So how do you invite them?
Well, sometimes it is a bit of a challenge,
Okay.
but it is a positive challenge, I would say.
Right.
Basically, we send out emails. The way I do it
Yeah.
is I choose who am I going to target
Yeah, yeah.
for this month.
Example.
Example, like I'm going to target the schools.
Yeah.
Or I could target the medical
Doctors,
professions,
yeah.
doctors, or like community centres,
Yeah.
libraries, sports centres.
Okay.
So it could be
Could be
anybody.
universities. and stuff like that. So
Universities.
basically all kind of organization.
Organizations.
Okay.
Basically, our aim is to bring much people as possible
Yeah.
into our masjid and to educate them about Islam. So they could go and educate others. They could go and educate their children,
Yeah.
their friends.
Yeah.
We have loads of people.
And I guess it's also planting the seed in the heart as
Yes.
well. So you never know, we might also accept Islam through that.
That's yes, that's one of the things that
Yeah.
we aim. But our aim is to just overcome misconceptions and.
Excellent. So if somebody would like to take part of this event, so what should they do?
What, to become a volunteer?
No, somebody who would like to come. So a non-Muslim that would like to come to your event. So what's the best method of contact? So
If
what do
anybody wants to come and visit the mosque through and to get involved in one of the educational dinner, all they have to do is contact the mosque.
Right, okay.
There is a website and the number, or they could contact me direct through the masjid, and they'll give my number to them, and then I can send an official invitation.
Sister, you've been to the educational dinner as well yourself. You took part as well as a volunteer. So what do you think about it?
Assalamu alaikum everyone. I've been involved with the education dinner for the last 2 years, and alhamdulillah, it's been a huge honour and privilege to be part of this hard-working, dedicated and committed team of amazing volunteers, of brothers and sisters. I have never missed an opportunity to attend the educational dinner, and I do this for 3 reasons, and it's absolutely amazing. Obviously, like Frida mentioned, the first reason for me is the food is absolutely amazing. The company is fantastic too. And it's a real diverse community that attends these education dinners. And also, I get to become a student on the day and learn from others. We have so many people from all walks of life, faith and no faith, come to education dinners. With an experience like this, you cannot put a price to it. An opportunity to break bread with other brothers and sisters in our community. And that's what I get from it.
I
and absolutely love it.
Yeah, it's amazing how sometimes some of them, they've never been to a mosque, a masjid. And when they come, they're always reluctant to come.
Yeah.
And when they come, it's difficult to get them out of the masjid, because sometimes when they come, they don't even want to leave anymore.
Absolutely.
Because they enjoy the friendship, they are so relaxed, they love you so much.
Yes.
And have you got any feedback for us?
I have. There's one sister. One sister who says that there's so much to learn from that. For example, she didn't know who wrote the Quran.
Right.
She didn't know which faith we follow. They know that she's Muslim, but she didn't know what Muslim was.
That was a Muslim sister?
No.
No.
It's a feedback from the non-Muslim
From
who
non-Muslim,
came to the educational dinner.
Right.
there was another sister who says that their belief and understanding is similar to what they believe as well.
Okay.
So, for example, Jesus, peace be upon him, that we believe he's one of our prophet as well.
Yeah.
But they didn't thought that we believe Jesus is one of our prophet.
Right.
So these are the feedback that we get.
Yeah, that's excellent.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's amazing. I mean, we get people from churches, dioceses, Quakers. We've had some Hindus and Sikh brothers and sisters attend, you know, and we've had some atheists also attend, you know, and the amazing thing about this dinner is that, you know, everybody's welcome and nobody's discriminated against, you know, and we love to have that one-to-one with them when we're sitting sharing our food. And we have one ethos in the mosque, and that's you can ask any question and no question is a silly question. So our aim is always to make them feel comfortable so they can ask something that has been bugging them or something they heard on the social media. You know, basically it's an opportunity to do a lot of myth busting as well.
Okay.
So it's fantastic.
Thank you. Thank you.
Can
for
I
that.
just give you that feedback? The sister says that I was full of misunderstanding. Thank you to the sister who's been so open and honest about her conversations.
Wow, that's nice. Okay, we got Peter here. Peter, you just you embraced Islam recently. Can you tell me a bit why and how?
Why? Because it's gone on quite a few years since the 9/11 disaster,
Okay.
and I just couldn't believe what the bad press was digging up with the Muslim faith.
Yeah.
And I thought to myself, no, I cannot tolerate that. So I thought about it, and then I took the bull by the horns and literally and went into it. I've been a year, it'd be a year this come Eid, that's when I first was accepted into the Muslim faith.
Yeah.
And I've never looked back since.
No.
The best thing that I ever done. I've got more friends now than I ever had in my life.
Yeah, talking about friend, you built a very nice relationship with footballer Mohamed Jami.
Oh yes, well
So-
that was through Friday prayer actually.
Well, with good news, I've got something here from Mohamed Jami. That's my bag. Mohamed Jami giving me this for you.
Oh,
Wow.
oh,
So
thank you.
I'm gonna show you to the camera. So this is from Mohamed Jami. This is a present from Jami. He gave me 2 days ago to pass it to pass him to you.
Thank you very
So
much.
this is for you.
Thank you.
Okay, you got a message behind.
Is it-
I don't know what it says. It says, "To my friend Peter, I wish you all the best."
Oh, very nice. Thank you.
Yeah, no
Oh,
problem at all.
brilliant.
Yeah. So okay, that's excellent. So how's your fasting going so far?
The food side, no bother.
Yeah.
It's a liquid.
Yeah.
My mouth is like a piece of blotting paper.
Oh dear.
But I'll do it.
You do it.
Oh,
Yeah, you're doing very well. It's,
yeah.
it's already 8 days now.
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
8 or 9 days.
10
10 days.
10 days today.
10 days
wow,
today.
Flies,
10
flies.
days.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. So, thank you very much, Peter, for that.
Right,
I
thank
really
you.
appreciate it. So that was about educational dinner. So now we're gonna jump on Citizen UK, which is big, and we got Sister Taj. I want you to tell us. We're gonna start with Citizen UK. Then we're gonna have we got 4 minutes. Then we're gonna have a break. Then after that, we're gonna talk more about Citizen UK. So first of all, Sister Taj, can you tell us a little bit what's Citizen UK?
Right. Tyneside Citizens is a chapter of Citizens UK, a broad-based community organising. It's an organisation that seeks to build the power of civil society to act for social justice and the common good.
Right.
Obviously Citizens UK consists of network of local citizen alliances which are made up of paying members representing faith institutions. You know, we've got dioceses, churches, Quakers, mosques, universities, colleges, schools, trade unions, and community groups paying as members to be part of citizens groups. And what we do is we develop the leadership capacity for members so they can hold politicians and other decision makers to account on the issues that matter to them.
Okay. So I'm gonna let Peter go first because he's got a taxi waiting for him.
I'm going for
Peter,
break my fast now.
Yeah. Peter, thank you very much for coming.
Thank you.
So take it
Right,
now.
thank you, Peter. Take care.
Thank you now. Bye-bye.
So now, how did the mosque got involved with Citizen UK
Right.
and why?
In 2017, obviously Tyne-West citizens carried out a listening campaign across the northeast region, and we listened to hundreds and thousands of people from all communities, and we asked them what was putting pressure on them, their families and their communities, and we heard too many heartbreaking stories of unfairness, injustice and inequality. So Newcastle Central Mosque felt really passionate about the key issues that were voted on. The key issues voted on were poverty, mental ill health and safer cities. And they had two previous campaigns that they were working on as well, called Living Wage and Fair Working Conditions. And Newcastle's Central Mosque felt really passionate about this, and they wanted to bring that positive change in the communities. So what we did was we formed a core team, a dedicated member of team resourcing to assist Tyne-West citizens to work towards bringing about that positive change, not a change that will only affect the Muslim community, but a change that will affect all our surrounding communities.
Excellent. Well explained. Wow. So now we got, how long we got for break? Got 1 minute? 2 minutes. 1. Okay, we got 1.5 minutes before we break, and we got in what you do. You got a different leader are leading different campaigns. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like Newcastle Central Mosque has worked really hard on many campaigns since we've been members of Tyne-West Citizens, and we've trained and produced many great, powerful, amazing female leaders. I'll emphasize on the word female leaders who work on these campaigns, who will a little later talk us through these campaigns and the amazing achievements and progress that they have made, and they will also update us on what's coming in the future.
Okay, so when we come back, we will talk more about Citizen UK. At the minute, we got a break now. Inshallah, when we come back, we will have all the leaders that will be telling us about the campaign and how they've been doing. And please do not forget, Newcastle Central Mosque will be live on TV1 on Tuesday the 21st from 5 p.m. till 5 a.m. So please make sure you call and donate as much as you can so we can build the mosque we are trying to build for years and years. Jazakumullah khair. Assalamu alaikum.
A father, mother, an uncle of ours who have children who have graduated. What is the plan? Where do I start? And I will suggest a few milestones. These are our guarantors. This is halal Islamic insurance. Every one of us is obligated to bring out for the welfare of his future, the Islamic welfare of his future, of his children's future, not so much the financial one. Number 1, beware, dear brother, beware, dear sister, ya akhi, beware of
Ramadan is a time of giving and helping the less fortunate. It is a time for maximizing your rewards. Crisis Aid is feeding the poor and needy this Ramadan in over 10 different countries around the world. For just £2 a day, you can feed a fasting person or pay your fidya. Crisis Aid also takes donations for kafara, fitrana, zakat and sadaqah. Visit our website at www.crisisaid.org.uk.
Manjaro's is now here in Newcastle, famous for our unique palmos, sizzling waka waka chicken, wraps and burgers that will melt in your mouth. Why not come and open your iftar with us? We have a delicious 3-course special iftar menu for just £10. Listen in to Newcastle Fast FM for a daily palmo and drink giveaway and a massive weekly giveaway on Jummah, where a meal for 2 including starters, mains and drinks is up for grabs. And don't worry about missing your salah, we have our own prayer room for you to use. Call us on 0191 261 8764 to book your table now. Manjaro's, 10 Cross Street, NE1 4XE.
Problems with your computer? Can't log in because you've forgotten your password? Fed up waiting for your super slow laptop to finally load? P-Formatting, your local IT service in Newcastle and the surrounding area for servicing, upgrading, confidentially saving old files you can no longer access but don't want to lose, basically solving any IT-related problem. Call P-Formatting. For your convenience, we even come to you. Call 074 824 17410.
The Hedge Centre. Get treated with prophetic medicine for a range of aches, pains or illnesses including arthritis, diabetes, high blood pressure, migraines and more, or just come along for a Sunnah detox. Free consultations with male and female therapists with more than 2 years experience combined. Prices start from just £30. You can find us at 2 Shipley Avenue. You can book now to register and make your appointment for after Ramadan on 078 111 64299.
Pizza & Co. is now open on Westgate Road near you. We do Teesside's famous Palmo's chicken tikka hot pizzas and handmade gourmet grill burgers here in Newcastle. Now introducing the old Afghan doner kebab launching this Ramadan at our West Road branch with chips, chilli, garlic or mint sauce. Come in and we'll take your taste buds back to the 90s. We also have special Ramadan offers, any 16-inch pizza with large bottle of pop, $9.99, or any large Palmo with large bottle of pop, also $9.99. Call us now at 0191 272 4444 and order now for Iftar pickups.
The Muslim Munchkins Playgroup welcomes your kids aged 2 to 5 years old. Our sessions include Islamic etiquette, the Arabic language, stories of the prophets, and much more. From July the 1st, sessions will be running every Saturday from 9:15 till 12:15. To register, please contact us on info@muslimmunchkinsplay.com.
Maida is amongst the Northeast's most fashionable and trendy British Indian restaurants. It has been elegantly furbished to provide our customers with a fresh ambience and a premier chic Indian dining experience with a twist. Our menu truly represents the cuisine of the Indian subcontinent, with great emphasis on sourcing the freshest ingredients. Any dish that does not appear on the menu can be prepared on request or cooked specifically to your taste. Come and dine with us on Hexham Road, Warbottle, Newcastle upon Tyne. Telephone 0191 267 0987.
For phone accessories, repairs and SIM cards at the Phone Corner. For money transfer, travel tickets and passport pictures. For all your faxing and photocopying needs at the Phone Corner. Come down and see how we can help you. At the Phone Corner, 34A and 41B West Road, NE4 9RU. Call 0191 256 8444. 5% off all phone accessories when you mention Newcastle Fast FM. At the Phone Corner.
The Islamic Diversity Centre. Our aim is to challenge stereotypes and remove misconceptions by teaching authentic Islam. We raise Islamic awareness by offering workshops to schools and organisations. We're actively involved in the community with projects such as Help the Homeless and the Elderly Care Project, and we support new Muslims on their journey into Islam. If you want to get involved with this one-of-a-kind organisation, email us today on newcastle@idcnortheast.org.
You are on Fast FM, Newcastle 87.9. This is Ibrahim Doumbia. We are talking about Newcastle Central Mosque and its activities. Earlier on, we were talking about educational dinner and also Citizen UK. So I'm going to carry on with Citizen UK. Citizen UK, we've got so many different campaigns and different leaders. We've got all the leaders here that are working on different campaigns. So we're going to start with the first campaign, which is Safer City, with Sister Farida. Sister Farida, can you tell us a little bit about Safer City? What is all that about?
Well, Safer Cities is like we started by doing a listening campaign. And so we started a listening campaign in our mosque, and we're trying to find the difficulties and issues that our Muslim ladies face. Okay. So one of the things was notice or was about transport, which is the local bus that our Muslim women face difficulties and issues with.
The bus and the metro, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you had a campaign where you got all the Muslim and non-Muslim to wear hijab, and when you jump on the metro, you took the metro from Newcastle, from metros from Monument to Tynemouth, is that right?
Yes.
Okay.
We did a campaign last October, and it was called Reclaim the Metro. We gathered in the Grace Monument. On that day, we gave out hijabs to the Muslim and non-Muslim who needed it and who wanted to wear hijabs. We got on the metro and we went to Whitley Bay, and we walked all the way through Spanish City.
Okay, and another great thing about your campaign is that thanks to you, now it's not an offense. It's not offensive to abuse a Muslim woman with a hijab or somebody else that because of religion. It's an offense because I've seen that advert. Is that right?
Yes.
We've been now. It's a law now. Thanks to your hard work, now it's a law that if you abuse something, it's not offensive. It's an offense, so you could be prosecuted for doing so.
Yes, it is a crime to call anybody name or to be abusive to Muslim or non-Muslim on any transport. And just before the campaign, the transport company released hate crime charter just three days before our campaign. So that was a positive thing.
So now there's a procedure. So if something happened, the bus driver can stop the bus or can follow some procedure. Is that right?
There is, yes.
Okay. Good. Talking about safer city. Abiba, you had a moving speech 2 weeks ago at the mayoral assembly, and I had goosebumps. Seriously, I was like, oh wow. Could you go through that speech for our listener? Can you go through the whole speech again, if you don't mind?
This is a spoken word on behalf of all our Muslim sisters out there. My hijab, my niqab, my burqa makes me feel happy and empowers me. Why do you have a problem with something that makes me feel at peace and is part of my identity? You assume it is a barrier for me. But have you ever considered that you are the one who's trying to make an obstacle for me? Everyone can clearly see, but only some choose to help or simply watch and immediately flee. You mock, insult, and ridicule me. You pull, shove, and attack me, mentally and physically. You are targeting me for my identity, for my hijab, my niqab, and my burqa, for my religious freedom, and for me being me. Despite these obstacles you create, all the hatred and crime you initiate, I will fight for my religious freedom. You also forgetting that this is my United Kingdom. The truth is, behind all the problems you like to create and escalate is a huge ignorance, a lack of knowledge that you like to validate. So please, let me briefly educate. Hijab in Arabic means covering or concealing. Hijab is not just covering our hair, but covering our bodies. And niqab is that with which a woman veils her face. But some of you may wonder, why do some cover their hair and why do some cover their face? This is based on an individual's interpretation on a verse from the Quran. The purpose is to be modest for God the Almighty. This is our way to follow our religion correctly. We are all different and unique, so all I ask is for acceptance of identity and for us all to be in unity. The next time you see me in a hijab, a niqab, or a burqa, don't just glare and stare. Please smile at me, as it is very rare. Don't treat me differently because of the way I dress. In a real strive for equality, we want progress. So please stand with me, accept my identity, my hijab, my niqab, my burqa, the covering I do to please the one, my Lord, Allah.
MashaAllah. Takbir. Wow, I'm still feeling it. Wow, it's powerful speech. MashaAllah. Jazakallah khair. May Allah reward you, all of you, for all the hard work you are doing for the Muslim Ummah and for all the sisters and brothers there. So you guys, word cannot explain the hard work we are doing. And may Allah reward you. So now you work on also on mental health. Can you tell us a little bit about that, if you don't mind?
So the mental health campaign is to improve the mental health services in the local community, and we have carried out a lot of listening into that area because mental health is such a huge area, and it's obviously there's a lot of issues with the mental health. So we have carried out us and other institutions and citizens. We carried out listening where we get personal testimonies from everyone. For to hear about their experiences with the mental health services.
Right.
And
from those, we found key areas such as to improve the NHS, to improve, to get counsellors in the schools, and for civil society to improve the access, and that led to an ask to the Newcastle Central Mosque, which was asked in the Mental Health Assembly in November. And we were asked if we were willing to hold an open door meal from January 2019 every month. And the open door meal, which we renamed as the Peace and Wellbeing Dinner, is basically a meal in the masjid where we open the doors to the public for those that are feeling lonely and isolated, to come and have a chat with us, to just speak. Because from the testimonies we found that loneliness and isolation was such a big thing.
We don't have anybody to speak to, so therefore it was quite hard for them. So therefore we found that that's why the mosque open its door to organize those meals every Sunday. And so far, how's it going?
It's good. We've had it every single month since January. So the next one is in June.
So that's once a month?
Yeah, once a month.
And what day?
Third. It's every third Sunday of a month.
Every fifth?
Third Sunday.
Every third Sunday of the month, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And what time is that normally?
It's normally at 4 and it finishes at 6.
Okay, so how can people join this event? So can we just would you have to contact to join that?
Well, they can contact any of us, anyone in the mosque that they know, and they can say that they want to go to the open door meal, because we're just advertising through word of mouth right now, because obviously we don't have much space, and maximum catering for about 30 people.
Okay, thank you very much. That's Mela, and make it all easy for you for your hard work, and may reward you as well. And now we're gonna go on poverty with Samira. Samira, can you tell us a little bit about your campaign, Poverty? You've been leading for month and month.
Okay, assalamu alaikum everybody. So this campaign, Poverty, it focuses on reforming the free school meal system. So our aim is to make sure that children entitled to free lunches are able to use their full allowance. Children at school get a daily allowance of £2.10, and many who don't use the full amount in a single day aren't allowed to carry the money over. So it won't take very much to change the system, because it is quite small change. But it will take a lot of people working together to sort out where the change goes and how best we can give it back to young people. So a new report found that 65 million of unspent funds are kept by meal providers each year. In some places it goes to providers, private companies, schools, councils, and in some places it's a part of the local authority funding, which is not quite understandable. So because of food poverty being on the rise, the Fair Change campaign is working with us and is operating on 4 schools. We've got funding from GRF, and we've also joined forces with Children North East. One school has already returned an estimated £17,000 to pupils. So we aim to bring back £60,000 to young people in receipt of free school meals. So far we've launched a national Just Change campaign just last month with BBC national news coverage.
Oh, that's big.
Yeah.
Well done.
Thank you. And we've been working with pupils as well in several schools who first identified this as an issue. So a report, a web page, and videos have been made by the young people to raise awareness as well.
Well done. Thank you very much. May Allah reward you for your hard work. So, because here the Imam was saying that as far as in Sunderland, some kids were going through the rubbish to get food to eat. And you wouldn't believe that this number you get in the third world, not in Sunderland, But thank you for your hard work. May Allah reward you for that. So now we're gonna jump on Sonia. Sonia, you work not on one but on 2 campaigns. Wow, you're brave. So you got living wages and also fair working conditions. So can you talk about living wage first?
Yeah, of course. Assalamu alaikum, everybody. The Real Living Wage Foundation, it looks at the cost of living. So the Real Living Wage is actually calculated based on the cost of living, which at the moment is set at £9 per hour, but the national minimum wage for 25 and over is only at £8.21 and £7.70 for under 25s. This campaign is a national one as well as locally, and as civil society, we, that's not fair on hard-working people who are working so hard but not earning enough to support themselves or their families, and that needs to change. The members of Tyne and West Citizens agreed that this was going to be one of their first campaigns, and this team is actually made up with different organisations, which includes faith groups, schools, charities, and also social enterprises as well. The team has worked together with employers across the region by either writing to them, meeting them, negotiating with them, and undertaking actions to increasing the number of accredited real living wage employers in the region. So accrediting is just basically celebrating that they are paying their staff a real living wage, which it currently is at £9. Since the campaign has started, they have trebled the number of accredited real living wage employers, which has went from 30 employers to over 100 employers, which has provided a pay rise to over 2,764 employees. That 2,764 people now have more money to spend and put into the local economy, which will then create more demand and also result in creating more jobs as well. The team has not only been convincing smaller players to accredit, but also larger ones as well. For example, Newcastle University has recently just agreed to accredit, so we're hoping one university follows the rest of them as well. And with the mayoral assembly, we wanted the North of Tyne mayor to work with us to also represent and be an ambassador of the real living wage, to also promote it in their own office and also help other employers, like encourage them to as well, because the benefits of it is absolutely amazing, and nobody should be living in poverty these days. Absolutely. Especially when you're working so hard for it.
Because you've got so many bills to pay, so therefore every wage you are getting is not enough to cover your living costs. It's quite hard.
It's one of the things about the real living wage that I'm passionate about, from someone coming from different pay levels. It is hard, especially when you've done a hard day's work. You want to be paid well for it. Absolutely. So there's exciting new things for 2019 coming with that campaign as well.
Oh, excellent. So what about the fair working conditions?
The fair working conditions campaign is something I've been working on for the past 8 months now, and I got involved with that because I've experienced unfair treatment within the workplace, and obviously we did a listening group at the mosque, listening to the community and seeing what issues they were having. And I think one of the things that we came out with was contracts and bullying and discrimination in the workplace. But nationally, we listened to over 300 people, and the three main subjects that came up was overworked, bullying, harassment and discrimination, and contracted hours. Those ones that kept coming up. Like I said, within our community was bullying and discrimination, and some of the stories that came up was actually, quite concerning. And since the start of the fair working conditions, we have achieved a lot of progress. 23 institutions across 5 chapters are looking into it to improving the conditions. We listened to over 700 workers on the issues that they face at work, and we held research actions to get the core of the issues. Myself, Habiba, Brother Gates and Auntie Taj all went to London to actually listen to some of the people, some of the workers, because we found that in the cleaning industry it was quite brutal. And especially when we had the listening in Newcastle in the mosque, we found that with their people's contracts, they didn't quite understand them.
So most people don't even read the contract, do they?
Yeah, because one of the phrases I like to quote is from Gail from Citizens Advice, is your status is determined by the contract that you have, and not a lot of people know that. So that was one of the things that we needed to get action on.
Okay, excellent, good work.
Thank
May Allah make it easy for you, and well done on you guys. And so now we're gonna jump on Sabina and Masha. Okay, so you just joined Citizen UK. And what do you think? How do you think? How's it going? And why do you see the UK? What do you think about it?
Generally, I think the Masjid, Newcastle Central Mosque.
Can you get the microphone close?
Generally, I think overall Newcastle Central Mosque and the Citizens UK are quite a diverse and inclusive organisation,
Right.
which is very important to me.
Okay.
And that's what makes me want to get involved more.
Right.
What about you, Maisha?
Assalamu alaikum, first of all. I think for me, this is a very big blessing in my life, actually. I actually came across Citizens accidentally. As one day I go to Newcastle Central Mosque often, and every Tuesday and Thursday I go just for some God consciousness and just have some reflection time. And I came across Sister Farida, and they were having a meeting, and I just sat in there and just listened and put some contributions in here and there, and realised that it was a group that wanted to use people to have a say on a whole, and to really reach out and have relations with people of power to really make a difference to our local community, especially for the Muslims in the Northeast. And that to me really spoke, because having a say through unity is a very big thing. And I think that Newcastle Central Mosque and Citizens on a whole, with their range of skills, they've supported me and enabled me to do so much that I never thought I'd do before. For example, I don't know if you saw, but at the Mayoral Assembly, that was my first time ever speaking on such a big platform. And I'm 17, so I've never actually did something like that before. Currently, right now, sitting on the radio, I've never thought I'd do this. So Citizens has enabled me to be more confident and articulate. And
I guess
reach
it's
out.
kind of also about the development you gain as well. You all get development, like as you said, you've been on a stage already speaking in front of how many people? 800 people, and that is scary. And I think it's all about getting you developed and how to be a leader. And you guys, for what I've seen recently, your speech over there was amazing, and you were presenting as well. So you were all you're all developing as a person, and also you're also helping your ummah as well. So you're getting double reward here. So you are developing yourself as a person, but also you're also getting reward for what the fight you are doing for the Muslim, and also for the poor, and also for those who are struggling. So now I want to ask you a question. Now, as you know, we're gonna be live on TV to raise funds to build the masjid. So what do you have to say to people who will be watching the TV? Why do you think we should donate for the masjid to be built? I want to need Taj to come as well. Taj, you want to come here? So I'm going to start with you, Taj, because you're the leader of this team. So let's start with the leader.
Yes, and I'm a very proud core team leader. I love my sisters at Newcastle Central Mosque. And why would you donate to Newcastle Central Mosque? As you've seen and witnessed and heard so many statements and testimonies from so many different campaigns and activities that have been going on in the masjid, obviously it makes sense. We want to continue the good work that we're doing, and we would love you to be part of that and benefit from the Sadaqah Jariyah and all the reward that you will be getting from all the work that we're doing. So please donate generously, please dig deep, because that's what we Muslims are known for, being very charitable. Thank you very much for this opportunity.
Anyone else want to say anything?
If you want to continue to support us, and when you're donating to a masjid, it acts as like Sadaqah Jariyah for you to increase in your good deeds even after you die. So
yes,
okay.
Absolutely.
So now, yes, Abiba.
So because of the work that we do, and for example the open door meal, which is a personal wellbeing dinner, that we could open that up to a large group of people having the space in the masjid, because we can only limit it, and mental health affects everyone, and we don't know how many people we can help through the initiatives that we carry out doing. So the masjid will be a huge benefit.
Sabina.
I'd like to say that Newcastle Central Mosque is quite open to non-Muslims and people of all backgrounds and faiths. So this is one of the reasons why I love this mosque, is because it's diverse and multicultural, and so the bigger the mosque, the more people, the more communities, and I feel like the mosque empowers and promotes a sense of belonging, and I feel really comfortable at this mosque, and I feel like a lot of people are very attached to this mosque.
Absolutely. Somebody said when you go to our masjid, you feel like it's in Makkah.
Yeah.
You go to, so and that's the feeling you go to. It's diverse for everybody. And this is Samira.
Mashallah, this masjid has so much to offer, so many amazing opportunities. Since the age of 6, I've been growing up in that masjid, and mashallah, to see the change happening is incredible.
Can I just say, you started your Quranic class in this masjid, didn't you?
I did, yeah, when I was 6 years old.
And today you are one of the leaders in the campaign Citizen UK. Wow.
Yeah, I am.
And also,
you're also
Samira is a Tajweed teacher at Newcastle Central Mosque. She's one of our prodigy child.
So,
go on.
yeah, alhamdulillah. So to see all of this from a young age to now 22, it's amazing what the mosque has achieved so far. And to see it achieved to the next level of having the mosque built, mashallah, that'll be amazing for all of us and all the young children going to the masjid to have new facilities there. It'll be so exciting for everyone, the whole community. So inshallah, if you all donate, it'll be amazing for everybody.
Sonia?
Just want to say mashallah to all my sisters. They're absolutely amazing. Like Auntie says, please continue to support us, dig deep. Just think about your children. As Samira, she was 6 when she started the masjid, and look at her now. She's a Tajweed teacher. She's a leader. You've got Maisha, who's 17, who's just starting. Just think about what your children can achieve in this masjid, because there are no limits there. This, for me as a new Muslim, it was the first mosque I went to. It's like my home, and I love it. And inshallah, we'll have that building will be built, and it won't just be for Muslims, non-Muslims, for everybody. It's part of the community, and you're donating towards that. You're donating towards your community, and Jazakallah khair for every even a penny, anything that you can donate. Alhamdulillah, thank you.
Oh, Jazakallah khair. Well, this is the end of our program. As I said before, we'll be live on TV1. Sky 764. That's on Tuesday from 5 p.m. till 5 a.m. So please donate as much as you can. As you heard, all the activities. And next week on Monday we'll have Imam Abdul Basad and also Brother Shuaib. Inshallah, we'll be talking about the construction of the mosque, and also Imam will be talking about the services we have in the masjid and what his job is as an Imam. So join us on Monday at 8 o'clock, inshallah. Jazakumullah khair. Assalamu alaikum.